I'm delighted that joining me is prolific composer and Handel expert Howard Goodhall. Give us a quick reminder, what's Messiah all about?
It's about the foretelling of the birth of Christ, and then the death of Christ, and what that means to the world.
Handel died 250 years ago. Why is this piece in particular so popular these days with singers?
I think it's always been very popular, really, since day one. But I think that, it's an interesting combination because he's bringing together these great choruses that are very inspiring and they're thrilling when they get big, like the Alleluia chorus. So he has these big choruses which involve all the different parts of the singers, equally. But it also has these beautiful arias, which he'd sort of learnt how to do on the opera stage. Beautiful melodies, flowing melodies. And then he knits it together with these little bits of linking, which were called recitative. And he links that story together. And the words are from the King James Bible, mostly, put together. So it's beautiful language, and then beautifully put together.
Why is it important that we continue to sing a piece like this?
Well, I think that we shouldn't just do it because it exists. I never really agreed that something, because it's old and it's always been there, we should always carry on doing it. After all, the bubonic plague was around for a long time. You wouldn't have societies saying, we must carry on with the bubonic plague because I had it as a child, why shouldn't my children have it? The important thing is that we do it because it's worth doing in its own right.
We're about to hear The Lord Gave the Word, and a particular favourite of mine from my youth, How Beautiful Are the Feet. Put both pieces into context for us.
Well, Jennens, who compiled the text from the Bible, and Handel treat the death of Christ and his resurrection as a great triumph. And after this great triumph, they see Christianity kind of spreading across the world with preachers everywhere and people going around spreading this great word, this news of the resurrection and that God was made man. And so this section of the piece tells the story of the word of the gospel, of the word of Christ's life, spreading right across the world. And the first one is all about the chorus saying there's a multitude of people preaching the word. And the second, the beautiful aria, is about those individual people who walked around the country spreading the word.
Thank you very much, Howard. Our soprano, Elin Manahan Thomas, will be performing How Beautiful Are the Feet very shortly. But first, this is The Lord Gave the Word.
The things.
That was lovely. You really seem to enjoy it.
I do. I just think it's one of the most beautiful arias in the whole piece. I have to say it's one that I sang when I was little. I remember my dad playing it for me on the piano. Little did I think I'd be singing it for Songs of Praise years later.
That's how it all starts, you see.
Absolutely, no looking back. But it's such a wonderful piece.
It's also quite a tough piece to sing, isn't it?
It is. It's sort of deceptive because it goes high and low. But it's also because it's in that kind of that 6/8 feel. You think that it's an easy dance, and it's not. And also the words are so important. You need to give them the weight they deserve.
And the breath control, where does that come from?
Who knows? I ran the marathon last year. Maybe that's what it was.
So that's the key to singing Messiah.
All you have to do is run the marathon.